teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
We're set. 19. 54. You don't want this. Hey, 24. That's it. Mike's by 4.
Now a first down throw. Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Watson looking for Campbell down, and that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Giants, and even 40 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Second and a yard at the Bucs 22-yard line.
It's a second down run with Sanders, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running right, here's Sanders. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Out of the gun, Watson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is right through. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Parker on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 50 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now Parker operating from the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Watson out to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Sanders. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground.
It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 44 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Steps away. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
To To throw on second down. Parker over the middle, complete. That's Hayes. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Too little, Captain. 81.
To throw is Parker. To throw on second down. He completes it to Evans. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Everyone, you got four. Four down. 41 Mike. Right here.
Back to throw. Parker. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Geis. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a run with Geis. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Looking to throw. Parker, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Eluding the pressure right. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
2nd and 4. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back to throw. Parker. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Parker now from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hayes. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Matthews. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Second and 9 now. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard there to make the grab as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he missed it. No good. This is going to remain a 2-point game after that one. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On second down now, it's Sanders. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Being chased out left. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here's Parker on 1st and 10. He finds Matthews. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's 2nd and 8. Airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Parker to throw on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. To return is McKenzie. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That good for 19 and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's season. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Check pass, check 59. Check the backer.
Faking the give, now Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And it's now 13-8. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Parker throwing again. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. McKenzie now to return it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 1st and 10, Watson dancing to his left. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Right there, 54 Mike. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Tight on. 55.
Watson, off play action. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Adam Thielen there to make the grab. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout?
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Come on.
Looking to throw. Parker. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the.
This is caught at the 20. A big play there for the Giants. 46 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the 16, Watson. Catch made here by Campbell. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down.
We got this.
They'll run with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And this is good for a 1st down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. To throw is Parker. From the gun, he'll throw. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Zach Cunningham able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Mike 51. Mike 51. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Throwing again. Parker. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Harold Landry able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. 12 yards on the return that time, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Off the play fake. Watson. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Nick Bosa, his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is third down and 12. Watson, off play action. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Hayes. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. This is Geis. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Bucs on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Parker. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now Sanders. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 36, Watson buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to go down again. Nick Bosa in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Parker now throwing on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Parker throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hayes, and he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The Bucs on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Parker. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Here's Parker throwing on 4th down, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Watson on first down, fighting through pressure. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Watson now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Harold Landry make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. The Bucs on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw. Parker. Over the middle, complete. That's Hayes. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Parker. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
51, Mike. Mike 51. They're going to need some therapy after this. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Parker throwing on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Geis, they'll try to run it. And a decent game there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Now Parker looking to throw on 2nd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. To throw is Parker, operating from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. Geis, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Darius Geis taking it in, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Another run with Sanders. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
He can run for it, and he will. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worried about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
On 1st down, Sanders. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Watson on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up third down and 2.
Set. 19. Mark 54. Let's go. Watch twist. Watch twist.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough because finding a way to steel yourself, make that resolve to come back and do it again because it took a lot of work just to get to this point. It's going to be a difficult offseason for them. Let's see how they bounce back.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the road. I guess the mood is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck while I'm letting it snow, I'm starting to tell you it's a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nicki know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jaws. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. Playing my part. I'm LeBron. Reach to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to do well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk inside the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clarity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packing nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Check out, might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come?